time now just to settle the body and separate ourselves from the day so we can truly immerse ourselves in our class. So sitting in a comfortable position, ensuring that there's balance between the left and the right side. Spine is straight and head and neck are aligned with the spine. Eyes and mouth are lightly closed. The shoulders are back and down, opening up the chest, but they're very relaxed. Hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice. And just taking time now just to reflect internally, see what's happening for you at this moment. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, release all of the events that have happened for you today. Just letting them all go. And taking another long, deep yogic breath in into the abdomen, the chest, and the upper chest. And then this time when you exhale, release all the conversations, interactions that you've had today, whatever form they've taken. Again, just let them go. There's no need to reflect on them at this moment. And then one more time, another long, deep inhalation. This time, as you exhale, also release any thoughts or feelings of obligation of anything you need to do outside of the class or after the class. Just allow yourself to be right here, right now, in this present moment. Returning now to the natural breath. And bringing the awareness now to the heart space. And in this space, visualize a steady candle flame. And visualize the light from your heart space emanating throughout the body, sharing its glow throughout the body and into the mind. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti. Begin our practice and the Shanti mantra to pay respects to the wisdom traditions and to each other so we can all learn together without ill will. We're breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Punaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinam Patitamastu, Ma Vedvishabahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And now we'll come to Arabic Stiti, the base position, putting the legs out in front of the body. Hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away. Spine is straight. And just first, just with the eyes closed, again, just checking in with the body. We'll begin with ankle bending. For ankle bending, placing the awareness first in the ankle joints. Exhale, point the feet down towards the floor. Inhale, bringing the feet back towards the body. Complete 7 rounds in this way, trying to coordinate the breath with the movement. And just really observing what's happening for you in the ankle joints. If you feel comfortable, close the eyes to allow the senses to withdraw. Finish the practice. Come back to stillness. Again, just observing its effects. For our next practice, bring the sole of the right foot to the buttocks and place the hands underneath the arch of the foot. Again, checking in with your posture. Inhale, bringing the foot up, keeping the knee soft, and making sure you're not pressing down on the knee. We're trying to bring the foot towards the body without causing any strain. Then exhale, bringing the foot flat to the floor again. Complete another 4 rounds of this practice. Moving very slowly. After your final round, gently bring the leg back to the floor, sliding the foot along the floor, and come back to base position before moving on to the left side, and just observe the difference between left and right. And then when you're ready, complete the practice on the left. 5 rounds in total. End of the practice, come back to base position, observing its effects. And for our next practice, we'll move up to the hip joint. So for this practice, bring the feet flat in front of the buttocks and then open the knees towards the floor, bringing the soles of the feet together and towards the body where it's comfortable, clasping the hands around the feet for Tatali Asana, allowing the knees to fall towards the floor. Inhale, bringing the knees up towards the arms. Exhale again, allowing the knees to fall towards the floor, opening up the hips, placing the awareness in the hip joint, and complete 7 rounds of this practice. And observing how The hips naturally open a little more with each round. Come out of the practice, bring the knees back together and gently slide the feet along the floor, coming back to base position and observing the movement of energy around the hip joints and also around the lower legs. If you think about, you've worked the ankles and the knees and the hips. And moving to the upper body now, we'll begin with wrist bending. So bringing the hands out at shoulder height. Inhale, bring the hands up, so like they're pushing against a wall. Exhale, pointing the fingers down towards the floor and feeling that stretch in the forearms. We'll complete 7 rounds of this practice. Again, moving slowly with the breath. And for that body, breath, mind connection. And just observing what's happening in the wrists for you. Completed the practice, rest the arms for a few moments. And then we'll move into shoulder rotation. So bringing the arms up again at shoulder height in front of the body, placing the palms towards the ceiling, and then putting the right hand on the right shoulder, left hand on the left shoulder, checking in with your posture again, bringing the elbows together in front of the body so they touch. Inhale, bringing the elbows up, back, and down, exhaling on the downward movement. And bringing the elbows together in front of the body again. This is 1 round. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. Again, really slowing it down. And just observing the loosening of the muscles in the tops of the shoulders from this practice. This is the perfect practice when sitting at a desk for a long period of time or driving for long periods. Of course, not doing it when you're driving. Do your final round. Come back to base position and observe. We'll do a squatting posture and then we'll move up to standing. So if you have issues with your knees, you can just do a simple squat that works for you. You might just want to just do simple squatting, but if you're ready for this practice, bring the legs wider than hip width apart, toes pointing out to the side around 90 degrees, maybe a bit more. Then you're going to place the palms underneath the soles of the feet with the thumbs on top. So it's like that. Now, then squat and look up. So squat into the posture, looking up. And then exhale. So you'll stand up and bring your head down close to the body. We'll do this 5 times. So inhale, coming down, looking up. Exhale, straightening the knees, but still keeping them soft. Head towards the floor. And do up to 5, whatever's right for you. It's quite a strong practice if you're not used to this practice. On your 5th round, which I'm just getting into now, on your 5th round, keep the legs straight but knees soft. Then bring the feet back in together. And we'll do head to foot pose. So bringing the head down, letting the arms hang loose on the floor, or you might like to grasp at each elbow with the opposite hand. Just allow gravity to do its work. And then when you're ready, very slowly roll up to in a standing position. Make sure your feet are hip width apart so they're evenly balanced. And your spine straight, head and neck are aligned, allowing the arms to hang loose. And if you feel comfortable, close the eyes and the mouth lightly and just breathe through the nose and feel the floor or the ground beneath your feet, feeling steady and comfortable. And we'll begin with a spinal twist, Kati Chakrasana. So feet hip width apart. Bring the arms out at shoulder height. Bring the right arm behind the waist and place the left hand on the right shoulder, gazing over the right shoulder. And feel that twist in the spine. You can either keep the hips straight or twist them, whatever's right for you. But make sure you feel that spinal twist. And then inhale, bring the arms back to shoulder height and do it on the opposite side. So right hand to left shoulder, wrapping the left hand behind the waist, exhaling, and gazing over the left shoulder, feeling that spinal twist. We'll complete up to 7 rounds of this practice, and you can go as slowly or as dynamically as is right for you. After your final round, come back to standing Shavasana. And now cross the wrists in front of the body. Inhale and gently bring crossed wrists above the head, stretching up through the torso. Exhaling, opening the arms up, palms towards the ceiling, tilting the head back just a little, keeping the arms at shoulder height, feeling that expanse through the chest. Inhale, crossing the wrists above the head again, stretching up to the torso, and then exhaling and gently bringing the cross wrist in front of the body again. So this is one round. Complete another 4 rounds. For your final round, again, come back to standing Shavasana and just observing the movement of energy around the body in these practices so far. We'll now do a balancing posture. So we'll do the one-legged prayer pose. So for this one, depending on where you're at, you'll be balancing on one leg. So either bring the sole of, we'll start with balancing on the left leg. So bring the sole of the right foot. If your balancing isn't at a stage yet where you feel comfortable balancing completely on one leg, just bring the heel to the inside of the left ankle, the right heel to the inside of the left ankle. If you feel comfortable balancing, then bring the right foot onto the side of the inside of the left leg, but not against the knee because that can put extra pressure on that. So it's easier to find a point on the wall or where you are that's not moving to fix your gaze. It helps to keep you steady. And then bring the foot up. Now I'm currently balancing on my sore foot, so it's not really that sore, but I'm still getting my balance right. And then once you feel steady, bring the palms together at the heart space. If you're feeling steady there, then very slowly bring the palms above the head and hold for your own duration. This has been the best I've done in a long time on this foot, so I'm very pleased. Must be getting better. When you finished on the first side, complete the same practice, balancing on the right foot. You can either hold it for a long time or you could try multiple rounds. It's up to you which way you want to approach it. Once you've completed the practice, come back to standing Shavasana again, just to feel steady on your feet. And then come down onto all fours for Majari Asana, the cat posture. So checking that the hands are directly below shoulders and the knees directly below the hips. Head's in a neutral position to begin with. And then inhale, bring the head up towards the ceiling, arching the abdomen down towards the floor, stretching through the arms as well with that extra stretch. Exhale, bringing the head between the arms, arching the back up towards the ceiling, again stretching through the arms. Complete 7 rounds of this practice, making it a really smooth, slow, flowing practice, synchronizing the breath with the movement, placing the awareness in the spine, in the abdomen, in the arms, and also observing what's happening in the mind when you're completing this practice. After your final round, come back into Shashankasana, the child posture. Shashankasana is where you bring the buttocks back towards the heels, placing the forehead on the floor, hands are in front, or you can put them beside the legs. If you have low blood pressure, please rest your hands on your fists to keep the head above the heart. And allow yourself to relax in this position and to turn inward. Remembering to breathe, focusing on the natural breath. Come up to a comfortable sitting position to prepare for our pranayama. Taking your time though, moving very slowly and mindfully. Comfortable sitting position. Again, just checking in with your posture. Make sure your spine is straight and head and neck are aligned with the spine. And your shoulders are open so that the lungs are free. Hands are on your knees at the moment in a mudra of your choice. And eyes and mouth are lightly closed. And you're just observing the natural breath. Observing first the natural breath at the nostrils and how it fills the abdomen with air and the chest with air. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And just observing how the natural breath is completely spontaneous. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it's always there, working on its own. And we'll now move into Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, bringing the first and middle finger of the right hand to the eyebrow center, covering the right nostril with the right thumb, inhaling through the left nostril to the eyebrow center, then covering the left nostril with the ring finger of the right hand, uncovering the right nostril and exhaling from the eyebrow center out through the right nostril. Then inhaling through the right nostril, covering the right, uncovering the left, and exhaling out of the left nostril. So it's in through the left, then out through the right, in through the right, and out through the left, just using your natural breath. If you have your own count, please feel free to use that. If you're practiced in holding the breath in between the inhalation and exhalation, also feel free to do that, but not so much that you feel like you're gasping for air, which should just be a very natural and easy practice. And we'll do this for a few minutes. It's time you exhale from the left nostril. Release the hand and keep the eyes closed and observe the breath through both nostrils to the eyebrow center. It's the practice. And then very gently and mindfully lie down in Shavasana to prepare for Yoga Nidra. And you may need cushions or blankets, whatever you need in the climate where you are, or putting a cushion under the knees can help to support the back if you need it. And please get whatever you need right now so that you will be comfortable throughout the practice. And down in Shavasana on the back with the legs about hip width apart and all tensions released from the legs. The feet flop to the sides. The arms are a little bit away from the body and the palms are facing the sky. There's balance between the left and the right side of the body. The eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. Take a long, deep inhalation now and use the exhalation to melt the body into the floor. Release the body into the floor on the exhalation. And again, another long, deep yogic breath in. This time on the exhalation, release any remaining tension in the body, in any of the muscles, in the face, releasing all expression, releasing the jaw or the muscles behind the eyes that sometimes we don't realize we are tightening. Let them all go, all the tension go. And return to the natural breath. And feel the body's contact against the floor, beginning with the heels. Feel the heels and their contact with the floor. Feel the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back from the small of the back right up to the shoulders and the spine, each vertebrae, as it presses against the floor. And feel the backs of the hands and the arms against the floor. And observe the contact of the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And now observe how all of these different points of contact really make just one point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sound. Listen first for sounds that are way off in the distance. Don't try and name them or identify the sounds. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. Now bring the sound awareness a little closer to sounds just outside the room where you are. Again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Bringing the sound awareness closer still to the room where you are. Bringing the awareness closer and moving it from sound to sound. And now bringing the sound awareness closer still to the sounds inside the body, beginning with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. With the sound awareness of the sound and sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. Now rotate the awareness around the body. Listen to my instructions, and when I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin first with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now over to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. And moving now to the face with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat. The right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest. The right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel. The right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin. The whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together. The whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together. The whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the focus on the natural breath. Release focus on the body rotations now, bringing the focus back to the natural breath. Placing the awareness on the natural breath. Observe how subtle the natural breath has become, and also observe the rise and fall at the navel as it responds to the natural breath. And we now apply a count to the natural breath in the following way. Counting backwards from 14, breathing in 14, breathing out 14, breathing in 13, breathing out 13. Just counting backwards from 14, using the natural breath. And if you lose count, begin again. And if you reach 1, begin again. The mind wanders. Use the breath like an anchor and bring it back to the practice. Release the count now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on a freezing winter's evening. The icy wind whips through your clothes and chills you, makes you shiver. Your eyes water from the cold air. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on a freezing winter's evening. Release this feeling of cold now and replace it instead with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels as though It's outside on a sweltering, humid summer's day. The skin feels like it's on fire. It's so hot, and the air is thick from the humidity. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's outside on a sweltering, hot, humid summer's day. Release this feeling of heat now and replace it instead with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels as though it could be made of concrete, and its heaviness is pressing against the floor. The body feels so heavy it feels like it may even fall through the floor. The body's feeling heavier and heavier, and it presses against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now. Replace it now instead with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light that it feels like it's barely touching the floor. It feels as light as a feather, or as light as a cloud drifting along the sky. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, like it's barely touching the floor. And release this feeling of lightness now. Release all of these sensations completely. And come back now to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, and create the following objects and images. You're walking through a forest at dusk, and it begins to rain. Far off in the distance, what looks like a light. And so you run along the path before it gets too dark, through the trees, to try and escape the weather, running towards the light in the distance. And you notice that it's actually the light is coming from a cave, which is the perfect place for you to seek shelter. You can smell the freshness of the rain in the air and that beautiful scent of pine needles as the rain moves through them, and the wind helps to carry the scent as well. And so you decide to duck into this cave, and the light looks even brighter now, but again, it's far off in the distance within the darkness of the cave. You don't feel scared at all, you feel curious. And so you just begin to walk towards the light that you see in the distance. And you keep going, and as you do, you walk a little bit further, you feel warm and peaceful and safe in the cave. You can hear the raindrops on the ground outside. And as you walk towards this light, you see the light growing and growing as you get closer. But rather than seeing a light flickering like a candle, sitting in like a candle holder or anything like that, instead you see a mirror. And in that mirror, you see the light flickering in your heart space. It is you that's been carrying the light the whole time. And in that moment, you feel connected and peaceful and joyous that the light is within you and has led you to this beautiful, sacred place. And as you make this connection, you hear the rain begin to fade. And it's time to turn around now and leave the cave and walk back through the forest that feels clean and renewed from the rain. And back now to your mat, lying down on the mat, keeping this light within your heart space. It's time to call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention and mentally repeat it 3 times now. Allow the breath to deepen now. And feel and observe the movement it creates in the body. Feel the back against the floor and how the contact increases on the inhalation. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the room that you are in and the details of that room. The color of the walls and the floor, color of your mat and coverings. Check in with your body now and observe how you're feeling and compare it to how you felt at the beginning of the class. Remember the time of day and hear the sounds around you now and remember the world attached to those sounds. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. And begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to gently move the head from side to side or bring the knees to the chest and hug the knees and release the back. Or even bring the arms straight above the head for a full body stretch. Whatever works for you at this moment. And then when it's right, you come onto the right side for a few moments. And then in your own time, keeping the eyes closed or downcast, really gently and mindfully come up to a comfortable sitting position, aiming to maintain the peaceful state that you've created. In a comfortable position, bring the awareness back to the heart space. And in this space, visualize a steady candle flame and observe the light from that candle flame cascades throughout the body. And together now we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude our class. Breathing in. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.